Alright guys, so 7 years ago I embarked on a journey to Manhattan College. It was a journey that was going to be far longer than I ever intended it to be. I'm a jack of all trades. I made it through high school, pretty much straight A's. I went to college with great aspirations. I wanted to be like my grandfather. He was a civil engineer. I wanted to design buildings. Heck, when I was a kid, I thought I could design entire cities. Very big dreams. My first week on campus, I made over 200 friends. It was probably one of the greatest weeks of my life. This campus has made me grow as a person, well over time. But unfortunately, engineering turned out to be far harder than I ever expected it to be. The first semester was great. I had like a 3.5 average. All the courses were pretty much high school. It was partying, drinking every week, a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. But by the second semester, Calculus 2 set in, and well, that was a level of math that I wasn't really willing to deal with. Physics set in, and the stress levels just started to exponentially rise. I thought, well, you know, I'll make it through it. I failed one course that semester, but I managed to pass it over the summer because I had some very good friends that were able to help me through it. But when I came to the fall, the courses just became, I couldn't believe it. Like every semester just tripled in difficulty. So I decided, hey, I'm going to try to join a fraternity that apparently will help me pass this stuff. Now what I didn't expect when I tried joining this fraternity was that there was a very intense hazing process that was involved in it. Now I grew up as an only child from a family that was very loving and very caring. And they never beat me or abused me or did anything bad to me. So you can imagine the amount of post-traumatic stress that I had, coupled with all the stress of the work that I was doing, did not bode well for me that semester. And on October 7th, about 5 years ago, I cracked completely. I mean, I went completely insane, running in the streets. For 3 weeks, I was in a hospital at Columbia Presbyterian. Now mind you, when you crack in psychosis, it's like being on acid. So those 3 weeks, to me, felt like 70,000 years. I know that sounds like craziness, but yes. So from that perspective, I was able to I had to reevaluate my life very slowly from the ground up. When I finally came out, nothing was the same. I was on 5 different medications. I weighed, within a month, I gained almost 30 pounds and I had like a beer belly. I couldn't think for crap. You know, I was just like, I couldn't even do anything. I spent maybe 14 hours a day in bed. It was horrible. I didn't know what to do. My life was just in complete ruin. I'd lost almost all of my friends because I had to cut off communication with them because I didn't want them to know what happened going to college. So all of those 200 friends, completely gone. The only friends I had, luckily, were my closest 6 friends, and I'm more like an introvert, extrovert kind of person, so luckily I had a very close group of friends that were able to pull me out of that, and they've always pulled me through, but I never really recovered from that fully. So I took the time to think about what I was going to do for about a whole 6 months. I thought maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that, I don't know. It was a really dark time for me. And I decided this college had done so much for me in the beginning that it wouldn't let me down. So I went back to it. I tried doing engineering again, you know, because I had to prove that I wasn't stupid. And you know what? I still managed to make it through actually all the hard courses that nearly failed me. But it was a total waste of money. I dropped out again. You know what I did that time? I said, you know what, I gotta understand what it means to live. I need to be a man. So I got a job working at a restaurant. There's a place called Yard House in Ridge Hill. It's a fairly up-end restaurant. By working there, I finally understood what it meant to be a person. For my whole life, you know, I felt like I never actually served people. But as a busboy, I was forced to clean up from the bottom up and see what it meant to actually help people. I wasn't, you know, a very good person at that. but I actually was able to see how society worked from the bottom up. I realized that by looking at the kitchen staff and the chef staff, they did so much work that I just couldn't believe it, but they were so underpaid for what they did. And the managers, they didn't really do that much, but they made all the money. It was just, I was able to really understand how society worked from doing that. And it just showed me that you have to work hard towards what you do. I met all kinds of people that were very colorful. They were musicians there were like martial artists. They all wanted to do very great things. But they told me the only way you can get there is by not letting anything stop you from where you're going. And one night I remember very particularly talking to a bartender. He told me, "Peter, what's your passion in life? You're a martial artist." And I would love to basically do martial arts. I always saw myself as Bruce Lee. I wanted to do that. I know that sounds like it's very specific. You know, in college you think it has to be one broad thing. You can't do what you want to do. But no. And then I was like, he's right. There has to be something for me that can let me grow towards the martial arts. And as it turned out, the answer had been there all along. I went back through the book, the reference table that showed all the majors, and I saw exercise science. I mean, basically, it's like physical education. You're just moving around, having fun, and because, like, at the time I was taking so much medicine, it would have been far too hard for me to take very hard courses. It was just a lot of fun, and it was very great for my body to recover. And I went into the department, and over time, I couldn't realize that going to exercise science related to everything that I needed in martial arts. And the more I did it, the more strong I became. I recovered. I lost all of my weight. I went back to 180 pounds. I couldn't believe it. My intelligence came back to me because I made 30 new friends. And I realized that by having all those friends and connections, I could do great things. And then now I can actually go into physical therapy school, like, because my grades came back up. I had an amazing GPA. It was quite a long experience. 7 years and pretty much my entire parents' fortune, but I was able to find what I wanted to do in life. And I realized out of all of this that you are what you love, so make sure what you love loves you back. That's the most important thing in life, guys. If you love something, don't ever give up on it.
I'm sorry, I was expecting nunchucks.
Oh, would you like to see a martial arts form? I think.
Yes, you have 2 minutes. Do it now.
No, he needs a person to do it. Jamal, get out.
All right.
Did you bring the nunchucks?
I didn't bring nunchucks because that's not classical enough. Nunchucks are technically Japanese. I'll show you guys 8 steps from my Kung Fu form.
If I see somebody doing all that wave in front of me, I ain't trying to find nobody.
I'm like, oh no.
You got it, man. You got it.
I still got $5 on that. All right, for our last speaker, we got my man Andrew Phipps, our guest speaker. Come on up, my man.